old wood that was laying around. Put a few things inside here. Some of these wood pieces are good, and it's really not good for them to be laying on the ground. Like right there's a couple of sawmill boards that would make good shelves, but you can see the mold inside of it. That comes from having laid on the ground. So if nothing else, this little building here gives me a place to put stuff like that in here. It's not completely dry, but it's out of the weather enough so that it won't rot laying on the ground. So I left this piece of tin right here because it's two stumps, and I figured maybe it would keep me from tripping over those two stumps. Maybe later I'll get my little electric saw out and saw them little nubby stumps down. If I recall, those were the stumps where the yellow jackets got me last year when there was a holly tree there, and when I sawed them down, I wasn't being real careful about getting them close to the ground. I was more in a hurry to get them knocked off and run away before any more yellow jackets came out. So I did put a little piece of tin on the bottom of this window to turn the water, any water that comes down. That window doesn't open, and any water that came down and went there would go inside, so I put that little piece of tin there. I might do something like that with these ones. These windows do open, but if there was a little piece of metal right here so that any water that came down would run out. Usually you can do that by just making sure this board leans down, but in this case it would run behind the wall. So I'll probably cut another little piece and fold it and screw it into that wood right there. Probably do that on both sides. I've actually got a piece here that's just about right for that, and I might do that before I put everything else away. We'll see you in a few. So what I'm doing here is just basically making little drip catches to go in front of these windows. Something so that if the water comes down there, it'll turn it out. I got one for the other side too. And just one more little bit to keep things nice. Actually, I could take my saw, my grinder, and cut this window a little more because it's sitting up over the edge there. Alrighty, I feel pretty good about that. I'm going to go unload all this tin and stuff, and then we'll think about whatever we want to do next. You know, I've been kicking around the idea of buying some plywood for the floor, but you know, it's a workable floor. I mean, water runs in here, but it doesn't run uphill. And see, I've only got the metal underneath there only comes out to about here, so actually this part here is doing just about what you would want it to do, is to just catch the water and keep it out of this part, which is, even though this is noisy and thin, it's a workable floor. I can set my saw here and do my work. I'll be just fine with that. So, there's that.